Hello,
Yeah,
hi,
so
Shahanawaz ji. Yeah, hi.
yes, yeah. Hi, ma'am. How are you doing today? Tell me.
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. And don't call me ma'am. It's just Sudapa. It is okay. You can address me by my name only. For the last
Okay,
couple of
okay.
days, we have been chasing to like with each other. Like for the timing issue, we are not getting
Yes,
connected. Finally, we get connected, right?
yes, yes. Okay, okay. So tell me about yourself before we go ahead.
Yeah, sure, sure. It is like a necessary part, giving introduction, and also we are meeting with each other for the first time. So thank you for
Yes.
giving me this opportunity, Shanawaz ji. So first of all, like my name is Sudapa Paul, you can see on your screen, and I'm connecting with you from Assam. Talking about academic field, I have completed my master's. I did MA in education from IGNOU University, which is distance mode learning. And so far, I have teaching skills. I have worked two institutes, and then I was working work from home. There I was telecalling. I was into telecalling and giving demonstration to others. And I was at the same time I was learning some technical part. Later on, I found myself there is no interest to continue. I was feeling like exhausted. Then I was missing my teaching profession. So currently, at this moment, I'm into again into teaching, but I teach online through the help of the platform name is Planner Spark. So again, I started this teaching work, and I'm happy with my work.
Okay.
And I live with my family since my childhood. I never moved to anywhere. And this is about me. Like talking about my hobbies, I like connecting with people, and sometimes I listen music, and sometimes I prefer to watch movies. That's a bit about me.
Wow, that's really sound great. I can say it was beautiful introduction from your side. Okay.
Uh,
So as you mentioned, you are keen to teach. Like what kind of do you teach English or anything else?
yeah, it is all about English. That's all about even not as a subject. It's all about public speaking. I know, like some parents, they want to
Okay.
make their children, fearless person because it is very necessary. You even if you go to any
Yes.
profession, whether it is like government or private, even working government employee also, they want to change themselves. They want to become fearless public speaking expert. Even I have seen some government employee want to learn this spoken English. That's very necessary, and I'm very appreciate. I should appreciate the parents. They are know so much aware of their like today's generation, what's going on in this world, and they are ready to make their children fearless. It is communication. Building this communication skills is very required. Well, isn't it?
Yes,
Like, what do you
yeah,
feel?
yeah, I completely agree with you, man, because it helps to get good jobs and good opportunities, right? So no matter what, like how much degree do you have, if you are good at English, then you can get good jobs, right, in future. So that's
Yeah.
why we must know how to communicate with others, how to communicate, English, I can say. Yeah. Okay, so
So
do you want to me
Shahnawaz
introduce myself?
ji, yeah, I was about to ask you the same question. Like before diving into our
Okay, okay.
conversation, other discussing other stuff, I want to know about
Yes.
more about yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
sure, ma'am. Yes. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I am Shanwaz. Actually, I'm from India. My state is Uttar Pradesh, district Jaunpur. But currently, I'm speaking with you from Saudi Arabia, where I work as a driver. At the same time, I am working and improving my communication skills. Apart from that, I have a small YouTube channel where I upload related to English content and sometimes slow video. And additionally, I have recently new hobby I have new hobby which is learning English. So these days, I'm trying to connect with YouTubers. So I am learning this language and I am upgrading day by day. So I can say that's all about me.
Amazing, amazing. So you are leaving. You have been leaving Saudi Arabia for how
Yes,
many
yes.
years? Is it been years or
Yes,
months?
I can say it has been completed 3 years, ma'am. Like I have been working in Saudi Arabia for 3 years. Yes,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
just wanted to ask you, like leaving there for the 3 years. You have been living there 3 years. What do you feel? English, is it necessary there? And how did you survive in your initial time?
First of
How did
all,
you survive
mm,
there?
yeah, first of all, I would say, see, like there is no requirement to speak in English, I can say, here in Saudi Arabia. Like mostly people, they prefer to speak in Arabic, like their mother tongue, I can say. So yeah, so early, like say
Do
when
you
I came
know
here, so
Arabic?
I used to
Arabic language?
Arabic.
Do you know Arabic?
Yes, Arabic. Yes, I
You
know
know how
very
to
well.
speak it?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah, I know very well. Yeah.
yeah.
So first of all, I would say, see, I came here in 2023, so I used to struggle like, especially this language, I can say, but I can say gradually I learned it. So I know better than English, I can say, right now. So how to communicate with in Arabic language, so I know very well. And if I talk about Saudi people, they are very approachable, really, and they are always ready to help you. So I love this job, and I am so happy with my job, and everything is good going on, I can say, so far in my life. So that's all.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I hope like this conversation would be great for audience. So because I have prepared some question for you and for this conversation. So I would love to ask you that question. So first of all, tell me like how did you learn this language? That is, I know that is very common question, and I hope like you have received like multiple times that question. So tell me like how did you learn this language?
I would answer this question, but could you just give me a few seconds? Let me close
Okay,
the
okay,
doors.
no,
Otherwise, you
no
will be
worries, no
getting
worries.
some noise.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, though I have answered this question multiple times, but whenever I get this question, like it's just um, I look at back and I feel like very happy looking at how I am now. So my initial time,
Mm,
I was so much myth I was carrying in my mind that within a certain period of time you can able to speak, you can learn this language within 30 days. I used to search this kind of videos on YouTube, and whenever like after spending 30 days or 20 2 months, according to the YouTubers used to claim, then I met with the demotivates because I found myself like it didn't work for me, and I was feeling like maybe this language is not mean for me. It's not meant for me. I should stop learning this language. What I think I should develop certain things. I should indulge my time into learning other things. Maybe I should prepare for the government exam, for the other things. I was just into dilemma. What should I do?
mm,
I
mm,
can take the last year 2025. I say to myself like with I am not, never going to judge my level of speaking, and without judging and without comparing me with
mm.
others. So it's the
Yes.
foremost thing, like you shouldn't compare with others. It will always demotivate with you and to you. So the next thing, like I gave certain example, like we do brush without checking our teeth on a regular basis, and we do like take bath without checking whether it's any benefits we are getting or not. So some of the activities or process I have listed out, so I'll be doing those things and for the rest of my life, because I said to myself this is the language, it is all about like going to take your lifelong. I said to myself there is no limitation that at certain point of time you would be able to speak. I said directly to my like uh, by telling to this stuff, I made myself
Mm,
clear that I shouldn't expect anything. Without
mm,
expectation, I should enjoy the process. I should go ahead. So I said certain stuff with me, to me, and I just close my eyes and I just move ahead. And I said to another things like uh, without stopping, even if today I have completed all the listed out activities, it is okay, and the next day if I'm unable to complete all the to do list, it is also fine. I say to myself like you have done only one task the next day, that's
mm.
also fine. Just don't feel bad about
Wow.
it and move ahead. Telling to those words, I started continuing my working on this language. And when I started talking with other strangers, and their appreciable, like commendable words just gave me the boost of learning this language more and more. Always they appreciate,
Mhm.
so there is a lot of lovely people out there. They always try to appreciate you, try to encourage you, so you won't feel demotivated. And they used to encourage me, you are speaking good. And hearing those words, it's just already works as a motivation for me.
Yeah, I can say that's very incredible journey. Yeah. So
Yeah.
may I know like how long have you been working on English journey? I can say, working on your English.
So the realization I got from this certain incident. One of my friends, she one day said to me, like, Sutapa, if you are not comfortable in English, so you can use Hindi while taking your class. Even my Hindi was too pathetic. I was too bad in Hindi. And her words made me cry, and I feel like, am I too bad in speaking English? I should work on it. Rather, pointing out her mistake, I just said to myself, like, I should work on me. Maybe she said right.
Mm.
But that spark remained for a few days. I was into on and off. Since after completing my graduation, I start working in a private school. There, I got the realization, but still, I didn't like unable to continue the maintaining the consistency. I was very bad at there. So I can include the last 2025, as I just explained to you. After coming
Mm.
all from the myth, so I landed here now.
Mm. Okay, great. I can say that sounds great. Okay, so are you able to stay consistency or not? Like from your journey
As a
to
human being, I
now, I
think
can say.
we tend to lose our consistency. But
Yes, yes.
I
Mm.
always try
Yeah.
to connect with, you people or other people. Listening to them, you will get the
Yeah.
motivation and you will try to be consistent. So, whatever the things you would be doing, try to connect with others. So, listening them, like how they are struggling in their life, when you listen to their struggle, so you will get some spark. And so I think, and connecting with people, it's not bad. Even we talk with our close friends and cousin always. So why not we talk with our co-learners, right?
Yes, definitely 100%. I completely agree with you. Yeah, it happens to me like when I started my speaking journey. So this kind of fear I had, like what if I say something wrong? What if my grammar is not perfect? So this kind of fear I had. But
Hmm.
I realize no, like if you want to go forward, then you have to speak anyhow. So these days I am doing, I can say this kind of things, and I started my speaking journey like 6 months ago. So honestly, I'm not consistent person. I can say sometimes I consistent after 2 3 days, then quit. So I can say
Like,
I'm not consistent, and these days I am doing this kind of things. Like I want to stay consistent, but because of my job, so I am unable to stay consistent. Yeah. And
that's
recently I have purchased a new book. Yeah. Recently I have purchased new book. So whenever I get free time, so I read them, and whenever I come across new sentence and new structures, so I jot it down in my notebook and try to make sentence. So that's how I'm improving day by
great
day.
efforts you are giving. Even I used to afraid of writing, developing that writing skills
Mm.
in me. I tried, but I failed to. And this writing, like learning this any language, LS or W, it is required. Listening,
Yes, yes,
reading,
yes. Yeah.
R
Speaking.
stands for reading and writing. So I used to keep
Mm.
this writing, at the last in my day, like the entire day working on
Mm.
other skills. I used to keep this writing skills, developing this writing skills in the end of my day. So I used to make excuses to myself, like, okay, I didn't have much time for writing. So next
Mm.
day I'll do it. So keep telling to myself that next day, next day. So next day never will come.
Yeah. But when it comes to me, I can say I'm not into reading. Whenever I try to writing. whenever I try to writing something, so at that time I feel awkward. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. I feel bored.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So like, may I know, like, ma'am, what exercises do you follow to improve your communication skills on?
Yeah, I would say I always still with whomever I connect, the call learners, if they do ask to me the same question, like, for you, whatever the activities, what are the activities currently you have been following since long time? So I always say to them, like, try to experiment, try to find out, exploring other every techniques and try to find out your own technique which works effectively for you. So I have started working, some developing some technique like introducing, being a beginner level.
Mm,
I at
mm,
first I try to practice that introducing myself. I used to record myself like this, and then I came across another new question which telling about my daily routine. So working, this question for couple of days, and then I used to shift it. No, I used to indulge different kind of techniques. Like I was recording myself, listening, after listening 1 2 minutes of story, and then I used to record myself just telling the same story. Okay, and now if you are talking about that now, which activities I try to inculcate, the first activity is I just try to start my morning with the reading. You know
wow.
about the placing pencil over your mouth and using the
Yes, yes.
techniques just to articulate your words better.
Mm,
I found this practice make me to sounds better, and to uh, you know, for the developing clear pronunciation. It helps me to
yes, yes.
articulate the words better way. So I kept in my mind. So I want to practice this.
Mm,
Placing
pencil.
pencil over the mouth, reading out loud,
Mm,
and then after taking off the pencil without any placing pencil or anything, just
mm,
simply I read out the same pages. And then coming to the next point, I have thinking to do
mm,
shadowing. Shadowing, it's a effective and easiest way. Being a child, we have learned our mother tongue through copying other, imitating others. So if
yes,
you like,
yes,
I
yes.
would say others who are very too much do they don't who are not getting time for themselves to practice other things. So shadowing would be the effective and fastest way to learn this language. So I try to
Mm,
add the shadowing in my to-do list. And the third is jotting down some notes. Notes, obviously, you need to give the revise as well your notes. So I try
mm.
to revise, and then at the last, I try to practice speaking and conducting sessions.
Wow, great. I can say, yeah, studying practice is like great technique. I can say you can improve your pronunciation. You can improve your sentence. So you can like easily hold the conversation. I can say. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
at first we should work on our fluency, and then we can later, after getting the fluency, whether it is like a simple sentence, then we can try to indulge some advanced level of words. But as at first,
Mhm.
our focus it should be in getting the fluency, getting the
Mm.
like ability of speaking in any situation, right?
Yeah. Okay, mom. So tell me, like, now I'm going to ask you, like, it is possible to become a fluent speaker within 15 to 13 days. What do you think?
I believe in what I feel. Creating this limitation. Again, I was saying the same thing. And I used to think like that, learning this language 15 or certain period of, don't keep this in your mind. I would request
Mm.
you, others, people
Yeah.
also, like everybody, don't keep within this thing. And don't create any limitation. Don't create any boundary. Just deep dive
Yes,
into
yes.
the process. Just try to enjoy the process and try to enjoy connecting with different people coming from different diversity. Try to know about the culture. That curiosity should be
Yes,
there in
yes.
you.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yeah,
recommend that
100% like,
within 15 or
yeah.
13. But if you ask about is it possible to learn a beginner or who's never like I come from government school. My mother tongue, like my entire school, I have completed in Bengali language. So it was pretty hard to comprehend context, written books to understand every stuff, you know, so it was pretty hard for
Mm,
me. But if I can, everybody can do it. And I have seen great people who are coming for a Hindi background and they have changed tremendously. They have changed themselves. So I have learned from them, looking at them. So I built up the belief in me. So I can do it. Everybody can do it. It is possible.
yeah, I 100% agree with you. Because yeah, like from zero, if like if you are talking about like a beginner, like very very beginner, so I can say it is impossible for them. But if I talk about like an intermediate, so they can like become an C1 level and C2 level, I can say. And they have to put like hard work, otherwise nothing will happen, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we have to speak our like we have to speak every single day. The more you speak, the more confident you become, I think, right?
Yeah, right.
Mhm. Yeah. So, do you have any question for me? You can ask me, man.
Yeah, though I haven't prepared any question for you, I just, like for the last few days, we are just giving time to each other. Like this time we will join, that time we will
Yes.
join, but never happened. So when you said like, "Are you ready?" I just immediately tried to,
Mm.
connect with you without preparation. I just, connect with you, and you have prepared such a lovely question with yourself, and that would be definitely helpful for the beginners. We have discuss
Yes.
those stuff
Mm.
based on our own experience, right? I just
Yes.
enjoyed the conversation.
Yes. Okay. So, ma'am, shall I ask another question?
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, see, ma'am, like, so how do you remember like your vocabulary in your conversation while speaking? Because I am facing this kind of problem. I have lots of vocabulary, but when it comes to using them, I can't use them effortlessly. So, like, what is your take on this? Like, if someone wants to improve their vocabulary, so how can they improve their vocabulary? Tell me.
If you don't realize, you can notice yourself that do you understand the meaning of plenty,
Plenty.
plenty
No,
of abundance of.
yeah, I have never heard about this. What I can say
Okay,
in my
coming
journey,
to
I
the
can say
like easiest
plenty. Yeah.
word. Coming to the easiest word, have you heard
Mm.
that however, perhaps, however, do you know the meaning of
Yes, yes,
however?
yes, yes,
But
yes. I know,
have
I
you
know.
analyzed while having the long conversation? Now you're talking with me, and though you know the meaning of however, but we never
Yes,
use this word in our conversations. But
yes,
once
yes,
we use this however word in our conversation, it will enhance our, it will look that you have better command over this English language. So I will talk about. So this is what I try to mean that don't jump into the advanced level words. When you
yeah,
hear somebody, whenever like we practice listening also. Through the listening, if you like this word, the person to whom you are listening, if you like that the word the she or he used, and you do
yes,
understand, you have the understanding, but you are unable to utilize in a conversation, jot down this. Okay, and
yes,
uh, gradually try to go to the advanced level. But if you are trying to add some sophisticated words, that's okay. And you can work, instead of jumping into advanced level, you can work on other way, just taking out from your conversation using the very word, very angry. Instead of using very angry, you can use the furious word. So in this way you can
yes, yes,
focus some developing some words. And I know, talking about, like earlier I used to do that, every day, one word or two word every day I used to learn, but it didn't work for me. So what I did, whenever I listen to anybody, if I would like this word and I have the understanding, though I know the meaning, proper meaning of this word, But if I like, somebody has used this word in their conversation, but I didn't like used it yet. So I just note down,
Mm,
I look at the word repeatedly, I you try to use this word again and again.
mm.
So in this way,
Yeah,
you can learn words, you can develop. What happened
yeah,
repeatedly when you revise, when you listen the same word, that effortlessly will come out from your mouth.
yes, I completely agree with you. That is the good technique I can say to improve our vocabulary.
I
Yes.
would say
Yeah,
like go
what I
with the
believe like
liking
strongly.
words instead of
Yes.
going with the giving putting pressurize in your mind that I have to learn this advanced level words. Go with the liking words. If you like somebody has used this
Mm,
word, and if you are feeling that it is quite difficult, but you have liked it that somebody has used, so
mm,
try to, so this word will
mm,
be remain all the time. You will think about this word constantly. Hmm.
mm. Yeah, what I believe strongly like I can say, don't focus like advanced, as you mentioned, advanced vocabulary. Focus on like a simple vocabulary and simple sentence, right? And try to use them in your conversation. So
Yeah,
that's how
I
you can
started.
improve your vocabulary.
I
You can
started
build your
my
vocabulary.
I started learning words going when I just choose that I will, if I like this word to learn, then I would write down. It doesn't matter if you know the meaning. Sometimes we
Yes,
feel like we know the meaning, so why it should like why do I write down this? But I would say if you are unable to utilize in a conversation, write down. Though it doesn't matter if you know
yes,
the
yes.
meaning of this word or not, just write down.
Mm. Okay, mom. So I can say we are running out of time. I can say.
And yeah,
So should
I
we wrap up the session?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
It was
thank you,
lovely
ma'am,
talking
and
with you.
thank you. Yes, likewise, ma'am, and thank you answering all the question. I really enjoy talking to you, and you are a great speaker. I can say. Yeah, have a great day, ma'am, and okay,
Thank you
bye.
so much for your appreciation. And I would say you are holding conversation effortlessly. Also, you are developing day by day. Though I haven't watched your any of your videos, you just mailed me and I joined you directly. I after this session, just please share your YouTube channel too.